Now we'll continue with the mental health of students and what best we can do. And I'm focusing more on influence of media on their mental health. So that's where we are going to talk about. So when you talk about student mental health, I think already I had given some clue regarding about the students in my previous lecture. So suppose as a teacher, how do you recognize that students' mental health is affected? For example, if you find that academic grades of a student are decreasing over semesters, or over the what you call within a semester only his interests are reduced, that gives what you call idea that okay, the student may be in threat. So it's a deteriorating academic performance could be one. And if the students complains that he finds it difficult to sleep, or sometimes he sleeps too much, that also not good idea. That's also an indicator. Suddenly you observe that the student is either losing weight or gaining weight, that also can be a problem. And student has lost interest in the class, he feels low and tired in the class, then suddenly the student finds it, you find them crying or getting angry, where mood swings can be there. Or student is becoming isolated, he doesn't know, or he or she doesn't want to talk to someone, so that also can be another feature. Then another important thing is the student looks for more isolation, loneliness, and during that period the student is into gadgets or androids, spending more time, even having any social activity. So these are the some clue points would give rise that the students is in need in help because his mental health may be at risk. For example, we are nowadays we are getting a lot of information that uh, youngsters are getting into heart attack and all. There could be what you call one of the reason is what you call poor sleep quality. One of the studies already said what you call, if the person doesn't sleep for less than 5 hours of sleep, it can directly affect the heart, and the person might end up in heart attack. Or even what you call adult and juvenile diabetes can occur, that also could be another reason. And many other issues which are related ones. Even sometimes deaths have been reported. I'm not talking about the drug induced ones, but even otherwise lack of sleep and all, with extreme lack of sleep and all, connected to something else like loss of concentration and all, and even driving suddenly getting into sleep and all, or suddenly falling, all that might have led into what you call death also. So it has got its own impact. So but these are the minimum indicators that student mental health is not going well. So these are the few criterion points for you. So why it happens for a student? So many times we say best years of life for a student is a college, but is it really so for all the students? So it may not be so. So that's where you have to start thinking as a teacher. Then sometimes expectations, many times even the positive change is stressful, that's also dangerous. Then greater academic demands, remember I think most of you are from what you call degree background. Suddenly from PU the child is the student is put into a degree where vast amount of syllabus which is not restricted to a single book can put on greater academic demands, which might have what you call its own implications. Unstructured time, because nowadays nothing like early morning and all, because there is a typical habit of students are sleeping late and all. So it has got its own impact in the classroom attendance also, because though rule says 75%, still student might bunk or something. The timing is also not very well structured. At decreased adult availability, because all the time students are busy, though they say busy like no what you call writing assignments and all, C1 and C2's examinations, main examination, in between other activities, in between sports, physical education, yoga, meditation, whatnot. So because of this there is no proper guidance and all from the adults or elders. So decreased adult ability also what you call could be another problem as a challenge. Then being once own in a new environment, because most of the students are switched over from their places to other places, not everyone but most of them. So what is going to happen is a new place and they have to adjust to it, that could be a challenge. And suddenly when the student comes out of the home, that was changing relationship. So that has to be managed. So these are also act as challenges in college. Furthermore, because of there's a switchover, there could be peer pressure. Alcohol and other drugs can be easily induced. So though the student is not interested, but because of others' peer pressure, he might be ending to that. Then sex identity, values, and practices. So many times what happens, the whatever the student has learned, the values and practices and sex identity in their high school and PU might change immediately when they come to colleges. They might be under confusion, and sometimes the innocent students may have what you call some ambiguity in how to behave. That could be a reason. Food issues again. We are into junk food and all. We don't eat the staple food. Sleep issues already I talked about in the beginning. Then sometimes some people are extra good in extracurricular activities. They have to manage both academic and extracurricular activities. That could be a challenge. Then sometimes roommates could be a headache, because especially in hostels or in PGs, though the student is good, but because of the other peer pressure, he might end up in other this one. And the recent issues now, LGBTQ plus issues, where nowadays you can see a lot of support for LGBT community and this one. I'm not telling it's wrong, but too much of orientation towards it may have what you call implications on the mental health of the student. So that is also emerging issue. So all this will be acts as challenges in the college for a student, and the choices also makes them what you call little vulnerable for their mental health. Now, for a student, where do you think that's what you call stress can come from? The first thing is at this age, it's a body image, like how they look for others. That's a that thing for them, and it's so called they call physical personality rather than psychological personality. They are not happy the way they what you call they look like. That is no, this one. They are very self-conscious if everyone starts staring at them. This can bring lot of what you call damage on their self-esteem and self-concept, especially obesity and all. They might feel very bad within themselves, which they cannot even claim with others. Whereas stress can come from outside also, like surroundings and their environment, where family can act as this one, lot of expectations, or sometimes no expectations. Both are not good. Either too much of expectations or they just live like life. That also not good. So either way, school or college expectations, attendance and all those things, friends and peers can be stressful for some students. Society himself can be a stressful factor. Other factors, as I said about androids and gadgets and other things, may be also a stressful factor for this one. So stress can be both internal or external, and you can keep watching with the student where I given few of the indicators that gives a clear cut idea whether students mental health is deteriorating or progressing. Now, one of the things which I wanted to talk more about is influence of social media, how the social media has what you call influenced the present day generation. See the first one. More than 8,000 Facebook users die each day in the entire world. Now imagine that's a big number. And the statistics is just 2 years old because I couldn't get the latest statistics. Then, too much of Facebook usage and Instagram, man kills wife and 3 months old. This has happened in Bangalore, quite old. This one, not a very recent one. Because of usage of social media like Facebook and Instagram. Now, this makes the person to kill his wife and 3 months old. Why? Because the husband suspects the wife that the wife has multiple affairs, and earlier they used to fight. Now this ends up in a murder, and poor child of 3 months old. There's another report in the internet. A Facebook crime every 40 minutes, from killings to grooming, as 12,300 cases are linked to the site. Now imagine the severity of it. That's one part. Facebook and Instagram addiction. Check this next. PUBG gaming nowadays banned in India. Again, it came as BGMI because it is the highest earning game in the world. And how many of you know heard of this PUBG or BGMI gaming, where it's a what you call it's a typically a war zone kind of situation where they have to fight each other, and ultimately those who survive, he will be called as winner. And in between, they acquire a lot of gadgets. So in this case, a Chinese boy jumps to his death from a building because he gets artificial wings in the virtual world, and he thinks that what you call since he has got wings, so he can fly. So he can in game what happens is he is allowed to jump from buildings to building. But here also he tries, but you know what is going to happen? He falls on the ground and will have a miserable death. So this also been reported. This is not even left our what you call cricketers. Dhoni's wife Sakshi complains that what you call Dhoni has developed sleep talking because of what you call PUBG gaming. And imagine heart attacks at the age of 16 years. 16-year-old boy dies while playing with the PUBG or BGMI. Or in Orissa, another case, youth dies after coming in front of a Shramik train, while playing online game. So he's not bothered about what you call the train is coming or not, but they are serious about what you call the gaming part. So train rams into and there will be a spot death. So later researchers said that mental health as important as immune system. How much importance we give to immune system is same as for mental health. And current social media influx can have negative impacts on mental health. So much so that because we don't have much of statistics from India, 3 people treated for binge watching for addiction to TV. Forget about gaming. Even people are addicted to TV, net streaming, OTT applications, OTT platforms. And if can happen, and it can happen more with the students. So some of the what you call quick statistics on internet use. This I could get on October 22. This one, 5.07 million billion users of internet users. That means what? 63.5 of the percent of the population of the world they use internet. Then there is an increase of 3.5% over the year. That is 171 million added. And imagine the average daily time spent is 6 hours 37 minutes. That's a quite 1/4 of our day, or more than 1/4 of our day is spent on using the internet. And out of them, whomever they use, 92.1% of them use mobiles, not the laptops or uh, desktops. And you know, continuous watching of mobile has got its own impact on the eyes and the brain systems. Continuous watching of what you call mobile for hours together might end up in retinal cancer. That's a new finding. So this is the grim picture where how people are into social media and internet. Then if you see adoption and use of connected devices and services, if you see 7.99 people will have using that, then of them 57.1% will be what you call in urban areas. Unique mobile phone users is 68.6% of the total population. Internet users already we have talked about. Active social media users, like any chat or apps are there, if you're using, that is 4.74 billions. That means what? 60% of the population would use social media. That means 6 out of 10 people are using social media today. And imagine the gravity of the situation where 60% of them are using it. And on an average, 6 hours or 7 hours a day. That means how much time we are lost for simply using media other than academic activities. So there are several other statistics that are available also. These are things are okay. Increase of 34 million numbers, quarter on quarter change, not the year on change. Then year on change is 4.2%. Then daily time spent, what you call, on social media is 2.28 hours. On the internet is 6 hours plus. So on an average is 3 hours. Then platforms used 7.2 each. Then imagine the statistics down given 59.3% of the total population, social media 13 years and above 75.9%, social media users versus total internet users are 93.4%, female and male users, female found used 46%, whereas males are on the higher side on the 54% usage. Now imagine there also where males are using much of the social media usage. So all the statistics will give that. Imagine maybe 10-15 years back, this kind of trend was not there because existence of social media is of recent origin. So there is a sudden switchover, so-called digitalization process, and we are in the digital era where a lot of our focus is being on that. And because of this, our mental health is affected so much. And nowadays, another craze is online shopping activity. Because we don't want to go outside or walk or buy something from outside, where there's online systems are available, so much so that within 10 minutes you can get the grocery at home. Zepto is there now, food you can get at home, so everything is available. So online shopping activity, online buying, that people have developed addiction over online buying addiction. So 58.2% of the people purchase a product or service online. 28.9% of the order groceries. Second-hand sales where you can find in the internet, 14.3%. Price comparison service, which on to which 24.25%. Used a buy now, pay later service, like you can pay and pay later, like EMI system, 18%. So online shopping activity has been increased and people are crazy about it. Because at this seen in what you call 16 to 64 years, that's a huge figure. Now what happens exactly, influence of new media on learners, especially on students, especially what you call in a country where in India, where you can get cheap electronic gadgets, even 2 to 3,000 rupees, you can get a what you call Android with a big screen, Chinese product, and easy access to net, where the what you call the service providers for a very minimal price, they give what you call GB per day, 1.5 GB, 2.0 GB per day. So access to net also very easy. And in between, there's a TV and movies where a lot of though uh, people have started reducing watching movies in the theaters. Definitely, a lot of platforms are available. There's Amazon Prime, there's a Netflix. There are varieties of what you call platforms are available, and they stream movies and other serials in different seasons. So that also has affected. And mobile and social networking is a major thing which is affecting. So all this has affected the student's mind, which has resulted in decreased concentration. That is the most important thing. Since it has decreased the concentration, and the recent studies have indicated that excessive usage of Androids or smartphones reduce both short-term and long-term memories. That is why they are not able to what you call write well in the examinations. So the very purpose of what you call semester end examination or whatever the examination C1, C2 are being affected by this. Because of the so many things in India, a lot of what you call and unfortunately, some of the service providers give youth offer so that they can work in the night also, not for constructive. They will be more into chat and watching other programs, and they develop a lot of what you call personality styles virtually, but in the reality they fail a lot. So this is where the new media has got a lot of negative influence on the developing personality of a student, not only in academics, even in other issues. So what are the side effects? What exactly has been seen in the research? So there is a chemical reaction that's caused by gambling and recreational drugs. There's a similarity. Why the addiction comes? If you see what you call the pictures, it's very clear where you can see that portion where it's been affected. Uh, Whenever a person gets a message, the brain sends a chemical messenger called as dopamine. It gives a reward pathway which makes the feel good, because when you get a message, it is automatically triggered by a message chemical messenger. Now that gives a reward feeling. So that's why the person expects more and more. Automatically there will be what you call addiction, though the person wants to leave this what you call apps and all, but the addiction will not stop him to what you call to stop that, so he'll continue to do that. There's another findings that people talk about themselves 30 to 40% of the time, whereas in social media is all about showing off one's own life. So here people talk about 80% of the time, so expressing themselves, which is again affecting their mental health. So the idea here is how much we guide them to tell them to reduce the usage of mobile or androids, because you cannot stop them telling them to stop using, but you can tell them start reducing. Then these are the few pictures how they are affected. There is a clear change in the regions of the brain that control emotions, attention, and decision making. That means what? Those who are addicted to media and all, their emotions are what you call affected. They are not able to what you call have attention, proper attention. That's why they can't have a good memory, and their decision making is affected. That is also a problem, and it can have real consequences. So much so recently, there is a finding that too much of social media can alter our brain chemistry. So that means what? There is a structural change in the brain systems, and what you call this can have a long lasting effect, so that the student might not get back to his original what you call way how he was studying or writing the exams. So you need to have a lot of guidance and counseling for your students. So then you can plan various policies and plans to help in increasing mental health, especially with refer to what you call uh, using social media. One is reducing the screen time. So you can ask them limit their viewing both in mobile or television, and video game playing at home, because another issue was earlier parents were blocking mobiles from the students or their wards. They were not allowing them to use so much, but during corona what happened is they were forced to give the mobiles to their children. Now many of the children developed addiction after the covid or during covid, because there is a continuous interaction through mobile, and during free time they started playing games and other activities that has ended up in what you call addiction. So even covid has played a part in that. Then especially even the screen time has to be limited for the children. Then you have to have so much of what you call a policy and environmental changes. Then how many of us really allow our children to what you call play outside on a field or ground? Most of the children are glued to their home, they're restricted to their rooms. Do we really we ask them to go outside and play? Is there any burning of calories? Is there any sweating exercises where they can run, play some games? Nothing is happening. So you can put that idea into the students so that at least they can divert from so-called mobile and social what you call media. So what happens what you call if you do that? So there is a reduction in the television or mobile watching. reduce sedentary behaviors. This is one more dangerous thing, where because uh, because of the excessive usage of Android TV and laptops and computers, the sedentary behavior is increasing. They are becoming more immobile rather than mobile. That bubbling of energy has to be dissipated somehow. So they have to be what you call get into the what you call play fields, and physical activity is required. So if you do that, there will be increased physical activity. So there are several positive outcomes where it can increase the physical activity, so there is a burning of calories and the physical fitness can be increased. And because of this, the immune response can be increased, immunity of ward can be increased. Then uh, when the fitness is improved, the person feels what you call better. And whatever we are called for, so called like all those uh, issues, health issues like cardiac issues, depression, anxiety among students, loss of interest in academics, all can be improved. And in the long term, definitely what you call we can expect improved health from the students, because all these students are going to be next the future generation of the country. They are the people of the country next. So what best we can do, I think you have to really think about it. Apart from others, as a teacher, we have got a moral responsibility to do. And before I end up, we should really find the right balance between psycho biopsychosocial aspects in individual's life, be it yours or your wards. Please see to that the right balance has to be there. Without right balance, our mental health is at stake. So please be into that. I know we have stressors, but we have another big group which in front of us called as students, where we have got a moral responsibility to take care of them. It's not just taking classes. Because of them, we are having a profession. So please have a concern towards them. You can guide them, you can counsel them. Definitely, you can improve their mental health. With this, I stop my talk. Maybe another 10 minutes, we'll have any discussion over it. Whatever you have any suggestions or this one, we can talk about it. So next 10 minutes, we'll have discussion over it. If anybody has any queries or suggestions, please continue.
Sir, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Please continue. Who is on the line? Please.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Sir, who is on the line? Devakar, sir. Okay. Yes, sir.
Sir, good afternoon. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Continue.
Actually, what you said is right, sir. The effect of social medias on the thinking abilities of the students and loss of memory and all these things, and the cheap, availability of the electronic gadgets and how to overcome these issues with the students. You see, now they are addicted, like the abuse, drug addicts. They are addicted to the social media. How can we pull them, the students, with regard to the studies, sir? You see,
Sir,
when we were students, sir, we whenever the teacher says for trip or car, tour or many other activities, we used to join eagerly, and we used to ask the teachers that let's go somewhere else, so that we used to have refreshment, and so that examination can be written very happily. But now even the teachers are asking the students, they are not willing to participate in any of the activities because of the addiction of the social media. Just they, as and when they find the time, they used to simply have the camera, take the photograph, update in the social media. That's it. That's what they are doing, and wasting their precious time. They don't know the value of time. How we can
Okay,
pull
sir.
that?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Divakar, sir. It is again. I am telling, bro, nothing to feel bad about teachers. Social media is not affecting the only students. It's affecting the teachers also. So that also we have to keep in our mind. But the first blame should be go on the parents. The first thing is the blame should be on the parents, because I have seen in many of the instances, even the parents are using their small kids. What you call, they show the mobiles and they make the children to eat. And how many of you seen that? And if you guide them not to do this, they get angry over us. We request, no, no, don't do that. It has happened. Small children without mobile screen, they don't eat. And mother is so busy that she is watching in another mobile. So remember what is happening. Because earlier also children were there. The mother used to sing, mother used to hit the child, either eat or even to sleep. Okay, there used to be singing, there used to be showing Chandamama, okay, and all those activities, and it's a very natural way. Nowadays, no, if the child is crying, first thing is give the mobile. And if you don't give the mobile to the child screams so that the vertical floor can go up. That kind of screaming would come. So aren't the parent themselves are responsible for what you call making such issues? One part. The second thing is where the parents have to be very strict, which is they are finding it difficult because parents themselves are using mobiles more. So this is where first parents have to control their mobile usage, and a strict timings has to be made. See, now as I said in my talk, you cannot say no mobile to the student or anyone. It's a part of life now. Now only thing is how to reduce the usage. That is more important. That's where a kind of psychoeducation is important. We have to show the ill effects of mobile usage. And especially one of my serious suggestion is stop internet by after night 10 o'clock till morning 6 o'clock. It has to be given only for IT and industry sectors, not for a general public. What we are going to do after 10 o'clock in the night till morning 6 o'clock? If it is stopped, internet services for the general public from 10 to 6, we are not going to make something very big. But as those lines can be specially dedicated for IT and other industries where they work. But if it's given to general public, of course, there could be a lot of opposition for me. Why Lancy is telling like this, but I am for it. Ban internet from night 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock. It is like earlier Doordarshan. If you remember, 10 o'clock Janaganamana and only blank screen. Everybody is used to happily sleep, and only morning 6 o'clock Vande Mataram. Now we don't have that. Thousands of TV channels 24/7 and lot of platforms. We don't get sleep. Forget about youngsters. Everybody's. So this is where the policy change has to be made. The moment you start with the 10 o'clock, 10 to 6 ban or 11 to 6, night 11 to morning 6, no internet, I'll tell you our youth will be better. Because of this, our youth is being spoiled, and this is reducing their interest.
Sir,
So,
no control on media, making the students, away from the studies.
and the media is bringing unnecessary curiosity, pornography and all.
Yes,
They are
sir.
lost in that.
Even I was telling my students that don't watch those unwanted TV serials. They are showing only extramarital affairs. What is the use of those things? Use it in a proper way so that you can make notes. You can, take the knowledge and you can develop your personality in a positive sense. But our students are not ready to take the positive side.
But unfortunately, violence has taken as a standard in our youth. They think
Yes, sir.
violence is by you can be a hero. So,
That is what
that is another problem.
projecting in the movies, and they become like
Hitting
a heroes.
a villain hits a police officer or a hero hits a police officer, he gets whistles. And what happens to the image of the police, for example?
Yes,
So
sir.
we ourselves are what you call spoiling the things. But being a teacher, definitely you can bring the what you call awareness. You can do your best by bringing them ill effects. And there are many mobile addicts. That is a big problem because
Yes,
they
sir.
don't raise their head. I've seen. And the moment you get 1 hour break, the next thing is they open before going to the next class. The first thing is how many messages have come, how many Facebook updates have come, how many Instagram updates are there. That is more important for them than the class.
Yes, sir.
So that is where even the college administration, everybody has to make it strict. But who is going to tie the bell? That's the
Yes, sir.
important thing. Okay, next.
Sir, I've
Any-
got a question, sir.
Good
Yeah,
morning,
who is
sir.
on the line? Who is on the line?
Shiva Prasad.
Yes, Shiva Prasad. Yes, sir.
Sir, how do we handle those parents who support their children whenever there are complaints by teachers or the college, when we call them for parent teacher meeting and they say, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮಗಳು ಅಂತವಳಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಅಂತವನಲ್ಲ, kind of statements which parents make. How do we handle them? Because they are the actual culprits. They are spoiling the careers of their own children.
Shiva Prasad, this even I have experienced the same thing, where a girl brings her lawyer father. The father is a lawyer, and he says, my daughter gets up late. I cannot make her to wake her up. It's her wish. So I cannot tell her to, because morning class she used to be absent and all. Of course, as usual, we call the parents, and he was furious. I have got only one daughter. Then I said to you. Then I said,
That is
you
the
take your
problem.
daughter. You take your daughter from our college. You put in your daughter in a college where the college confirms your daughter's timings rather than college timings. I exactly agree with you. This has happened in several cases. Nowadays, parents do support their wards than teachers. During our times, I'm telling you, especially high school days, if I go home and crying, Maestro hodru, and then I used to get another two upon that, another two beatings upon that. I think teacher has done a right job.
ಸರ್ ಅವಾಗ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಇನ್ನೂ 4 ಇಕ್ಕಿ ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು
ಅವ್ರು 2 ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ 2 ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಮುಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
ಹೌದೌದು.
Because they say after 18 we are majors. You cannot even touch us. It's my life. Now this is where parents have lost their responsibility. Maybe Shiva Prasad, you may have to talk to the parent in a personal level, not directly in front of that student, because again that student might threaten back again. As you said, exactly right. Mane biಟ್ಟು ಓಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. This is the cheaper way of dealing with the things. ನಮ್ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮನೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸದ್ಯ ನೀನು ಹೋಗಪ್ಪ ಆ ಕಡೆ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ತಲೆನೋವು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಈಗ ಆತರ ಇಲ್ಲ. And we didn't have that dareness to leave the home. Where to go? So this is where parents have got to also responsible. As I said beginning only, I said parents are the responsible people today. Though you want to correct them, but they are not willing to. Yeah, but a sensible parent definitely will understand this, because their parents are in hype. That is a problem. I have talked to some parents. They are really good. They have changed their views. They said, yes sir, what you said right. It's all with you, how you convince parents. You cannot talk to students in this manner, because that in front of students, please don't speak, because ba manenge amele heltini. Who is telling? Student is telling parents, not the parent is telling student. I'm telling you, student is telling the parents, manege ba nodkotini ninnanu. Usually this was earlier, appa ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಮಗನೇ ಬಾ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೋತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ಈಗ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ.
ಹೌದು.
ಮೊನ್ನೆ ನಮ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ ಹೀಗೆ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್. ಒಬ್ಬ ಹುಡುಗ ಟೀಚರ್ಗೆ ಥ್ರೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಬಾ ಹೊರಗೆ ನಿಂಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೋತೀನಿ ಅಂತ.
So
ಏನು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ ಅಂತ.
So where we are heading? So that's where our mental health, because in between we have to keep our mental health intact because of this. You try to understand this. So either you have to convince the parents, or you have to take a strict action, take the student out. That's it. Because of him or her, the other student should not be spoiled. Because we have to take some strict measures. Of course, we have to give enough warnings. Warning 1, warning 2, warning 3. Then I think rustication is better, because they should not spoil others. That's the idea. Okay, any other question? I think there was some other question. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, madam.
Sir, I just want some suggestions how to cope up with the toxic work environment, sir. Say, for example, being a young professional, I come across some of the senior faculties where they don't want us to implement some new skill sets, or they want us to monitor continuously, even not letting us to go to the library as well. There are some other situations of that kind. So how to deal with such situations, sir?
That means you have pressures from superiors not to work better.
Yes, sir. Yes,
huh?
yes.
Who stops you? Maybe in the college they can stop you, but in at home and other free hours you can work. In
yes,
college, no, because is it going to be head of the department or the principal? That's the next question.
So sometimes both the sides.
No, because my question is, they should encourage, but why they are discouraging you?
Because of the complexity that they feel they are superiors, and though the ideas and the situations are complementing with our skill sets also, they make us to work with the same kind of a thing, repetition of the thing, unnecessary wastage of time, or trying to engage us somewhere physically unwantedly.
I think we'll talk in a very personal level later, because I think a few things I cannot tell you directly, because I need to ask few questions. What is the intention behind that and all, which is not
Okay,
the
sir.
which is not the right thing. But I think you have my number.
Okay,
Definitely you
okay,
can call
sir.
me later. Definitely we'll discuss, because there could be other factors which may be influencing. Maybe they do not want your progress or growth in the institution, which might have influence that their name will be reduced, or you may be a more popular teacher
Probably.
than others. So
Shall
that
I
could
add
be
to
another
this?
reason.
Sir,
So we
shall I
can,
add to this?
yes, madam. Yes, madam.
ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ madam, now when I joined the institution, I have faced the same problem.
Yes, ma'am.
ಅವ್ರು ಎಷ್ಟು ನನ್ನನ್ನ ತುಳಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಟ್ರೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲಕ್ಕೆ ಎತ್ತೆ.
Okay.
I placed myself even in the public sector and
Okay.
earned the name in the classroom, and I loved my students fully, and I have got a very good circle. And
Okay.
please don't uh,
Discouraged.
enhance your stress and discourage yourself, and just convince yourself, yes, I must perform very well and I can do it. So ನಿಮಗೆ ನೀವು ಎನರ್ಜೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೊತ್ತು ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು. ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ನಾವು ಇಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಹೌ ವಿ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ದಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂತ.
Yes, yes.
Don't react to that.
Shall I add little bit more?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
ಮೇಡಮ್ ನೀವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್
ಹಾ,
ಇಗ್ನೋರ್.
sir.
That's what.
Yes, yes.
Yes. That's what.
ಇವನ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಈ ನಾವು ಆ ತರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ.
Okay.
ಅದು ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಜೆಲಸ್. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ ತಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ.
Sir.
ಅದು ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಯಾಡಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ನೇಚರ್. ಅದು ಇತ್ತೀಚಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಗ್ನೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ. ನೀವು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Because of them, why you lose your mental health.
Yes,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
absolutely, sir.
Okay. Any other issues?
Thank you, sir.
Any other issues? Okay, if there are no issues, Swarna, yes.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Sir, this is Ashwini, sir.
Yes, Ashwini madam.
Sir, we had a very unique situation very recently. There was a student who made a suicidal attempt. So in this juncture, but she was very good in academics, very good, probably as we knew, very good in personal life also. And she was very good in extracurricular activities also. We really didn't know what has really happened to her. But she is no more now.
Okay.
But what is my question now here is, in this juncture, as we are in the unknown zone of a particular student, what should be our best part? Is the best part to do is only through counseling, or it should be a daily dosage for the students, like giving the mental boost up to them or something like that? So what would be the best part?
No. I gave in the student the first slide itself indicators.
Okay.
So identify them first.
Okay.
Because to commit a suicide, it will not be what you call immediate act. Unless there is something like a rape attempt or something like really one where but otherwise you can see that there's a gradual decline. So that gradual decline can be seen much earlier. And in your student's case, we really don't know, because we are still in dark. Because even you are in dark, something must have happened in the previous night at home, or something very seriously may have happened, something which nobody is claiming or nobody wants to tell.
Okay.
But see, some of the things are happening beyond your limit, which you are helpless.
Right.
But if some things are within your hand, if you are seeing that something is happening in front of you, you have all the rights to correct them and identify them and talk to them personally.
Okay.
And few of the things should not be even discussed open. It should be one-to-one.
Correct.
Because now few of the, when you even discussing publicly, inside the class, it should not be what you call so much so that the girl is hurt by others.
Yes.
So in that case, you can talk to them personally, call to your personal chamber and speak to them. And you can see that what you call vibes in them, whether they are deteriorating or improving.
Okay.
You can make out in no time, because their daily day-to-day behavior, within no time you can make out this person is there a mood swing or is there or not. Based on that you can decide. But if something happens abrupt, don't feel guilty about it, because you have no control over it.
Okay.
Because I'm really
Fine.
sorry for the girl who is really was doing well.
Yeah, yeah.
But there
true.
must have something serious thing happened, otherwise she'll not commit suicide.
Fine.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, good. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
Yashaswini madam.
yeah.
Yes, madam.
Sir, I have a typical, very different kind of issue that I've been facing, like in the institution. It is there is one student who is severely under anxiety and depression, and the whole faculty team and the management is all been supportive for her to come out of the anxiety mode and her depression, and we are helping her like all the time. So she has a lot of examination fear. She has a lot of submission fear. So every time when there is a submission and examination, she doesn't turn up. So what happens is, like, we being really friendly and to help her in another way, she is a good, she's a above average student as well.
Okay.
So we have been helping her, and now recently the whole class and the whole team is coming out with the voice raised, saying she's been given with a lot of privilege. So how do we manage this kind of situation? Sir?
No. Now you're bothered about the girl or bothered about the others' comments?
It's both the way. We have been, implementing. I mean, we have been trying to, counsel her since 1 year. It has been almost the year end right now. She is also not been contributing positively, because she takes up all the counseling and she says, I have a lot of different, issues, but I'll definitely try it next time. But at the end of the year, the whole class says she's been biased. She's been given a lot of advantage, and which is not right.
Okay, madam. There are 2 points here.
Yeah.
One is,
you are telling.
Okay, yeah.
Sir, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಸಜೆಷನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ ಸರ್?
ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಖಂಡಿತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. See, the idea here is, one is, first of all, who has diagnosed the girl as having pathology, whether it's on a severe level or whether it's beyond counseling. That's the first thing, because some of the pathologies are beyond counseling. So you may have to refer to a psychiatrist rather than psychologist. So we are as a teacher, you are a general counselors. So if the pathology is severe, I think counseling may not work. Anxiety and all, she may have to be on drugs at least for minimum period of 2 months or 3 months.
So sorry to interrupt you. She's been under drugs. She takes up topaz and other tablets.
She's on drugs. Maybe I think maybe the psychiatrist has to decide a dosage again, either to decrease or increase. That is a one point.
Okay.
And there is another thing is, since she was given a lot of privilege, there could be attention seeking behavior more and more from the girl. That also could be there. And don't worry about the comments about the others, because you can say, if you are in that situation, you will be given the same privilege, because she comes as a now challenged child rather than a normal child. There are rules for a challenged child that you have to give the privilege, and even examinations, few of the papers are being exempted. I don't know how many of you know about that. And they have to be given extra time. So they have to be given a privilege if they are labeled as challenged. So they have to given a privilege, like handicapped children or physically Divyanjan will say, we'll give them a special privileges, which has to be extended to this girl also. But 3 things are important. One is re-diagnosing and changing the dosage, and check really whether the girl has real problems or malingering or acting. So that is also important. And giving privileges, you cannot stop if there is a real pathology behind. Yes, madam. Somebody wanted to give guidance. Anybody?
Sir.
Vanshi madam.
Sir. Sir, major psychological problem idra ನಾವು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೈಕಾಟ್ರಿಸ್ಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೆಟರ್ ಸರ್. ನಾವು ಮೈನರ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಸರ್.
ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ವಿದಿನ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಸರ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ 1 year ಇಂದ ಅವ್ರು ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್. 1 year ಇಂದ ಅವ್ರು ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್ ಅದು ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಸರ್. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಯಾವ್ದೇ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಎಂಗ್ಸೈಟಿ ಹೋಗಿದಾರಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಂದ ಅವ್ರು ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್. ನಾವು ಮುಂದೆ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಂದವರ ಆ
ಈಗ
ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ನಾವು ಯಾವ
ಮೇಡಮ್
ರೀತಿನ
ಈಗ already she's on what you call medication.
ಯಾ
So
ಸರ್
that gives another clue that okay, the dosage can be increased or decreased. That also can be managed.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್
And
Yes, sir.
again, her family background,
Yeah,
Shashri
sir.
madam, family background
sir.
should checked, and family support should be more than your support.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್.
Family should be
Is a
serious
bit
enough to,
disturbed from the family itself.
that means there is a family pathology. So that also to be taken care of.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
okay. Any more comments or this one? There are many such issues. If there are no comments, we can continue further. Swarna madam, ಇವತ್ತೆಲ್ಲ PPT ಬೇಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ನಾ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾಡಿದ್ನಾ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಪ್ಟ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು.
Correct
That's
ಆಯ್ತು.
nice.
Okay, that's the feedback I wanted. Okay, I didn't tell you in between. I cut few slides. Okay, because I know I was not able to finish the slides in time. So because I don't want to discourage
Sir,
you people. Okay.
Sir, it's not just finishing the slides in within the time. So giving it space, the examples, that was good today.
The problem is we have got limited time. That's the biggest issue.
Yeah,
Okay.
ನಾನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ವೈಟ್ tricky today. You took almost full time, but you have given us wonderful information.
Okay. Any quick feedback? I don't want to ask today Swarna madam because last time she has given the feedback. Others.
Sir.
Before vote of thanks.
Sir.
Rajesh sir. Rajesh sir.
ಸರ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಖ ನೋಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿಗಳು ನಗರ ಮತ್ತು ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಿಂದ ಭಿನ್ನವಾಗಿದೆ ಸರ್.
ಹೌದು.
ನಾನು ನಗರ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈಗ ಈ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳು ಏನಿತ್ತು ನನಗೂ ಫೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಪ್ರದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಈ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳು ಬಹಳ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತವೆ ಸರ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಪೋಷಕರಿಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಾನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ.
ಹೌದು.
ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ವ್ಯವಸಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಓದ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡ್ಲಿ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಳಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡ್ಸ್ಕೊತಾರೆ. ಈ ತರ ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗಳು ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಅದು ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕವಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆರ್ಥಿಕವಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕವಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಇದು ಖಂಡಿತ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಆರ್ಥಿಕವಾಗಿ ಬಹಳ ಸಕ್ರಿಯವಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಪೋಷಕರು ಅಂದಾಗ ಈ ತರ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ದಾರಿ ತಪ್ಪುವ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆಗಳು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿದೆ. ಆದ್ರೂ ನಾನು ಗಮನಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸುಮಾರು 10 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಈ ತರ
ಆಗಿದೆ ಸರ್. ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಪ್ರದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇದರ ಏನು ಪ್ರಭಾವ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್.
ಒಪ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ವಿತ್ ಯು. ಓಕೆ.
ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇವಾಗ ಕೆಲವೊಂದೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕೊಡೋದನ್ನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತದೆ ಸರ್. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಸೇ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್?
Okay sir. Okay sir, we'll go for what you call your feedback. Anyone there? One male and one female teacher. Quickly we finish.
So ಒಂದು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ತಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ ಪರಿಚಯಸ್ಥರೆಲ್ಲ ತಮ್ಮ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವರು ಹಸುಬ್ರು ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಮುಖ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್.
Sir, ನಾನು I'm on desktop because I feel more comfortable with the desktop with the big screen.
Sir.
Okay, I'll put a picture
Okay,
anyway.
Okay.
1 minute.
ಈಗ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನೋಡಕ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ.
Now you can see me on Google, not a problem.
So popular. Why don't you put a picture, sir?
ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಮುಖ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಯಾರು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು.
ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂದನೂ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀರಾ ಸರ್, ಬಹಳ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದಾರೆ, ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದಾರೆ.
ಹೌದು ಮೇಡಮ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಖ ನೋಡಿಸೋ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ. ಇಂಪ್ರೆಸ್
He's very smart, sir. I have seen him.
ಬಂತಾ ಸರ್?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ಇಲ್ಲ not yet.
ಬಂದಿಲ್ವಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ.
ನೋ ಸರ್, ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ನೋ ಸರ್.
1 minute.
ಇವರ ಅಲ್ಲ ಕೆವಿ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ಸರ್.
ಸರ್ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಶೇರ್ ಗೆ, ಅದೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು.
ಹೌದಾ?
Sir, you can check in Google, type Lancy Souza, it will come sir. You can type in YouTube ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೀನಿ, you can just check. Okay sir. Any feedback? No, ಇವತ್ತಿನ feedback ಯಾರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬರೀ suggestion feedback. What is the feedback? Quick.
I'll take this opportunity to render the vote of thanks along with the feedback. Dear Dr. Lancy Souza, you are a wonderful teacher. It's been a wonderful experience for us to listen to you over and over again and again. You have given us clarity about the mental health and how to handle the situations of our students' mental health. That too in the present era of technology dominating the human values. Kind of you to deliver such a wonderful lecture and enlighten us on the mental health issues. Thank you very much on behalf of all the participants present here and EMRC Mysore. Thank you very much, sir.
Not EMRC, HRDC issue.
Sorry. I got the correction also. HRDC Mysore, because we are working on a project in
Okay.
EMRC that.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Hope to listen to you again and again, sir.
No, I don't think Nanjan Swami sir gave me a second chance, because this was planned in a sudden way, because actually this was not a planned talk, because one of the research persons suddenly had some other issues. So I got information that I had to speak. I said, I'm happy to speak to you people. I said, most of them I know. So once again, I thank Director Professor Suttur Malni. And
let me add, sir. Let me add one more thing. This is the second time I'm hearing the lecture from a psychology background. One is Professor Meva Singh at Psychology Department, University of Mysore, where he was, where he used to give very wonderful lecture.
He was my guru, sir. He was my guru.
And this is the, you are the second teacher from psychology background. Both of you are, very informative. And we usually get more information from the psychology background, and we are very much thankful to you, sir. And I always remember Professor Meva Singh.
Lancy, sir.
Yes, madam.
Sir, one day ಒಂದು suggestion.
Point. Yata Guru Tata Shishya anteli. Dr. Meva Singh is a stalwart in psychology. So is Dr. Lancy Souza. And is most popular also. People wants to see him. We have to envy Dr. Lancy Souza now.
Okay, madam. So, madam, message, madam.
Sir, ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಸಜೆಷನ್, ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಿರಿ, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ದಿಸ್.
Sure, madam.
Whenever you speak something about the problems of the students, why can't you take up some issues and discuss them prior to
madam, with the examples,
with the examples that I want to, because ಅವುಗಳದ್ದು ಹೇಗೆ ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಸರ್. ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟೈಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್.
ಮೇಡಮ್, ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನು ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿ, ನನ್ನ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, I have got a time limitation, like very much. I have actually today I have taken extra time without your knowledge. I don't know whether
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ನೀವು ಬಹಳ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ.
So what we can do is, definitely we can plan exclusively on taking student problems and discussing over it, not all the theory and all.
No, sir, not the theory.
Directly take few case studies.
Yeah.
And discuss over it. Yeah. It could be love failure, it could be academic failure.
That's what
it could be this one. There are several issues are there.
Yes, sir. Yes, I know, sir.
Maybe I'll talk to Nanjan Swami sir, and maybe if at all slot available, definitely I'll be back.
Yeah. You will always rock. You will always rock.
Okay, madam. Okay. Thank you very much, and I thank Director Professor Suttur Malni and Assistant Director Professor Nanjan Swami and all others of HRDC for giving me a second opportunity. And I thank all of you heartfully. Why? Because you're so motivating for me, so that I can do more lectures in the future, not only for you people, even for others. Thank you once again. And I think we are back to our same time. Don't worry, it is 1 o'clock. Okay. Thank you once again.